Good afternoon. Welcome to the July 16th, 2024 Public Services Committee. A little housekeeping first. If you have a cell phone, please mute it or turn it off. If you approach to speak, please turn the mic on and identify yourself. Other than that, ready?
Number 7, ordinance third reading, amending section 10.16.150 parking violation hearings and appeal procedures of the municipal code of the city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, modifying the procedures governing the administrative review of parking citations, making conforming amendments, and repealing an absolute provision.
Staff report.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, Captain David James, Cheyenne Police Department. What you have before you, this is a change to the appeal process for parking tickets. We cleaned it up quite a bit and hopefully gave some due process so that the final appeal will go to an employee in the compliance division. That way there's a third-party unbiased person to look at these tickets. But like I said last time, the majority of these are taken care of at the very base level with our parking manager. So, and I'm here for any questions if you have any.
Okay, any questions from committee? Questions from committee? Any public comment? Public comment. Okay, hearing none. You have a motion.
Mr. Chairman, move to approve on third final reading.
Have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions from committee? Comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Okay. Next item.
Number 8, ordinance third reading, creating sections 10.60.015 paid on-street parking districts, establishment, administration of the municipal code of the city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, establishing the paid on-street parking districts program and making conforming amendments as specified.
Captain James.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, Captain James, Cheyenne Police Department. What you have before you here, this is the paid on-street parking program. This sets the foundation to where the council can establish districts for paid on-street parking, and we can work there into building a paid on-street parking program. You will also see a substitute that we submitted where we entered under section F, we entered an actual violation to it. Before we had the foundation established and going there, but there was no actual offense to go along with it. And the substitution will also have a short little change tying in the citations for this section into the civil penalties established by council in the other parking section. It cleans everything up and kind of works it all together. So I'm here for any questions on this that you may have.
Okay, questions from committee. That's good. Okay, any public comment?
Good morning. Tom Cobb, city engineer. Just wanted to go on the record as stating, as we move forward to establishing these districts, that signage as it changed is there's thousands of signs downtown with 2-hour parking restraints. So when we do make the modification, we'll have to revise these signs and replace them. So just wanted you all to be aware of it as we move forward. That's it.
Thank you. Any further public comment? Okay, hearing none, may I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve on third and final reading.
Okay.
Second.
Motion is second.
Mr. Chairman,
okay.
I move to amend by substitute dated July 10th, 2024.
Okay.
Second.
I have a motion is second. Any public comment on the substitute? Public comment. Okay, hearing none. All those in favor of the substitute signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Now we're back on the main motion. Any public comment on the main motion?
Mr.
Okay.
Chairman.
Mr. Whitmore.
Mr. Cobb raises an interesting point that piqued my interest in this whole matter, because hopefully when this all comes to fruition, the not only the signs, but the painting on the curb and the curb itself will be in proper condition for us to have this program. I'm glad Mr. Cobb raised that point. It's very interesting to me because Yeah, I strongly support what's to occur here, but there are ancillary issues that deserve attention. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you like to?
Mr. Chairman, Captain Dave Janes. Yeah, and so on that, I wanted to add one comment because I did some research this week after someone bringing up that, you know, the parking program doesn't even pay for itself. The fact that right now the tickets we write, which should not be counted as revenue because it's about changing behavior, pay for 63% of our overall parking program as it is. When I looked around, I called Fort Collins. Fort Collins, their tickets pay for 20% of their program. Their parking garage, which is much higher used than ours, pays for 65% of their parking program, and they are moving to a paid on-street parking to pay for the rest. Longmont, their parking program, their tickets pay for 17% of their overall program. Greeley, which has a paid on-street parking program, with the paid on-street parking, it pays for 117% of their parking program. So they're able to use that extra revenue for things like curb painting, beautification along the sidewalks and those sort of things. And so the overall goal, once we start taking that commodity, which is a parking spot owned by the city, leasing it to people as they park downtown, the overall goal would be able to use those funds for things like that and be able to stay on top of things, mark the spots so that we're more efficient, mark the curbs. It would be fantastic to be able to have funds to contract with that. And if the model in Greeley's any sort, 117% is pretty good, and they offer a much longer free before they paid than what I think we plan on doing.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments for committee? Questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Number 11, resolution certifying compliance with Wyoming statute 15-1-402 for the city initiated annexation of tracts of land situate to portions of sections 4 and 5, township 13 north, range 67 west of the 6 p.m. Laramie County, Wyoming, also known as North Range Business Park, located northwest of the I-80 and Round Top Road interchange.
Staff.
Chair, members of the committee, Charles Bloom, Planning and Development Director. I'm presenting this for Seth Lloyd, who is out of the office this week. This is the first step in the annexation of the North Range Business Park. As you all are aware, with the Project Equality annexation on the south side of Interstate 80, it made this business park contiguous to the city limits. With it being contiguous and being in an area that's served by an outside water user agreement, and per the agreement, at the time when that water was put in place, it was agreed that it would be annexed. Through this process, we have combed through the development agreement that is recorded on the property, and we have provided notice to the Walmart Corporation that we intended to annex the property. This was a little bit unique that in that development agreement, there was a provision that we had to provide notice at least 90 days prior to initiating the annexation. That time period has passed. This is the first step in us determining that we can move forward with the city initiated annexation. Staff is recommending approval of this resolution, and after this resolution is approved, we will move forward with the annexation and zoning for this land. I'm open for any questions that you may have.
Any questions on committee?
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Seagrave.
through you. This is the entire business park. It's not just the Walmart tract. Is that correct?
Chair, through you, members of the committee, Councilmember Seagrave, yes, is the entirety of the business park.
Thank you.
Mr. Laybourne.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, Mr. Bloom, this is a certainly unprecedented action in terms of the value of the property that we're going to be annexing and the revenue that it hopefully will bring to the city. Do you have any idea what the established value of that business park is?
Chair, members of the committee, I have looked at some of the valuations for some of the data centers. I haven't pulled that number up collectively on everything. I would have to get that information back to you. After this, we can pull that number and we can go ahead and send that information to you and members of the council.
Thank you.
Any further questions from committee? Any public comment? Public comment? Hearing none, may I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt.
Second.
I have a motion, a second. Any questions or comments from committee? Questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Number 12, resolution expressing the support of the governing body for the submission of a petition by the governing body to the Downtown Development Authority for inclusion of property in the Downtown Development District.
Okay, staff report.
Chair, members of the committee, Charles Bloom, Planning Development Director. This is a resolution that would authorize the mayor to sign an application for the recently acquired triangle parcel on the Reed corridor to be considered for addition to the Downtown Development Authority District. The primary reason for this is to increase the area of the DDA district, the downtown district, and to allow for other nearby properties to petition to join the DDA downtown district. Under state statute 159223, in order to be included in the downtown development district, you must be contiguous. Presently, we have a nearby property owner that desires to be in the district that is not contiguous. By adding this property along with the other property, we would create contiguity and open up that property for benefits of being in the Downtown Development Authority downtown district. One of the benefits for the Downtown Development Authority is that this would increase the mill levy collection. There is a 20 mill that assessed on properties within the Downtown Development District. At this time, that would result in no change in mill levy collection based on the city's application, but it would result in additional mill levies being collected for any contiguous properties that are added or any contiguous properties that are added and improved significantly. I'm open for any questions you may have regarding this. And I do understand that there is a nearby property owner that may want to speak on this item.
Any questions from committee? Charles, I have one. We have one property owner right now. Have we had any other property owners that have expressed interest in joining the DDA or being introduced into the DDA area? And would it behoove us to do them all at once, or do we need to do them each as individual?
Chair, you bring up a great point, and Chair to the committee. We intend to mail notice out today to other properties that would be contiguous to this property to see if they would like to elect to petition to be in the district at the same time. We have a notice that's being drafted along with a consent form that would be mailed out to them, and we are expecting to have a deadline for them to respond by not this Friday, but the following Friday. We have a goal to try to get this considered by the Downtown Development Authority Board at an upcoming meeting. I'm then trying to get this wrapped up in September.
Okay, thank you. Any further questions or comments from committee? Okay, hearing none, public comment.
Hello, my name's Stephen Fotades. I'm the property owner that's adjacent to this project. So with the city's piece becoming annexed, it touches one of our pieces downtown. So we bought the old Mead Lumber building, and then just to the north of that is also a vacant lot that we intend to develop as well. And so this being contiguous allows us to do that development one, but we've also been engaged with the library and also St. Mary's, which both have indicated that they would like to join the DDA as well. So it'd be extending that footprint out a ways. You know, they're both nonprofits, so that doesn't help in terms of the tax, but it does open the area up quite a bit just to the east of gathering additional properties. So,
okay, any questions or comments? Thank you. Any further public comment? Public comment. Hearing none, may I have a motion?
Move to approve. It's a resolution. Move to adopt.
Second.
So I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions from committee? Comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Okay. Being as there's no further business in front of the Public Services Committee, we are adjourned.